Good evening. Welcome to DD India's election news headquarters, the Great Indian Elections. We are focusing on the final phase of elections, 486 seats over and out, the last 57 in the final phase. Let's get started as we focus on the northern region and the states in the north. Well, 486 seats, as I mentioned, are over and out, the final 57. But in the north and in the east is where the battle in the last phase will be played. Remember, the south, the entire west, the central part of India, elections are over. So we are focusing just on two regions. The northern region, along with that, is the eastern region. Our focus today is going to be the northern region. Himachal, you've got 4 seats. All 4 seats in Himachal going to polls. Punjab 13, Uttar Pradesh 13, and high profile seats both in Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Himachal, Chandigarh that we are going to analyze in the next few minutes. Let's first take a look at the seats, the states and the seats in the state. Himachal Pradesh, 4 seats in Himachal, Kangra, Mandi, Hamirpur, Shimla. It was one-way traffic in 2019, all 4 seats with the BJP. This time around there's a Congress that's ruling the state. Are we looking at, the battle getting much closer, much interesting in Himachal Pradesh? Moving to Chandigarh, the lone seat, the Union Territory of Chandigarh. This is again a BJP hold for the last 2 elections. This time around, the Congress has fielded Manish Tiwari here. Will this battle get closer? Punjab, 13 seats divided into 3 regions, the Malwa, the Majha, the Doba, and this particular elections. There are many seats, many regions that if you capture Malwa region, you have Punjab very much in your hands, very much in your pocket. But it's a 4-cornered contest that Punjab is seeing. Are we going to see interesting numbers being thrown from Punjab? Our final look at Uttar Pradesh, 13 seats in Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh has gone to polls across the 7 phases like West Bengal and Bihar. But this Purvanchal region is going to be interesting for the simple reason you've got BJP coalition partners in Uttar Pradesh, the SBSP, the Apna Dal, Sonadal, all Sonelal, all in this election fray, and that's what makes this interesting, this election fray interesting. Along with Prime Minister from the seat of Varanasi, we have seen close to 63% of the vote share that he managed to win in 2019. Are we going to see record margins? That's something that we're going to look in the next 30 minutes. Well, a look at the northern region and the results that we have seen in 2019, the BJP, of the total seats, the BJP manages to win 16. The Congress gets all the 8 seats from Punjab, the BSP on 2, the Shiromani Akali Dal on 2, Apna Dal, Sonelal on 2 seats, up picking up 1 seat, and that's how this particular region gets completed. Juxtapose that in today's context, in today's alliances that you're seeing, the NDA picks 18. How does one get those numbers? Apna Dal, Sonelal, 2 seats there, along with NDA, along with BJP 16, makes it 18. The opposition alliance has 9 seats. That's, Congress on its own winning 8 seats in Punjab and 1. The partner brings on, others managing to win 4 seats. So this is going to be a very close, a very interesting battle in the northern region. Some high profile names whose election fates or whose electoral fate would be decided. Union Minister Mahendra Singh Pandey, Prime Minister Narendra Modi needs no introduction, fighting from Varanasi. Neeraj Shekhar, son of former Prime Minister Chandrasekhar in the election fray. Anupriya Patel, Apna Dal, Sonelal representing Mirzapur. Ravi Kishan, television actor, cine star, fighting from Gorakhpur. Afzal Ansari there in the election fray, fighting the sitting MP, and brother of Mukhtar Ansari in the election fray, fighting from Ghazipur. Interestingly, all candidates in that pocket belong to Uttar Pradesh. You've got Arvind Rajbar, one another coalition partner, the SBSP, the coalition partner for the NDA for the BJP and the NDA in Uttar Pradesh, fighting that particular seat there in Uttar Pradesh. This Taranjit Singh Sandhu, Amritsar becomes a very interesting battle. Remember, Amritsar is where from Arun Jaitley tried his luck in 2014. 2019, you had Hardeep Singh Puri try his luck and fail. Can Taranjit Singh Sandhu change that trend and make Amritsar a seat to remember for the BJP? Harsimrat Kaur, representing Batinda, fighting this election there, and former Union Minister, and also the Shiromani Akali Dal, the regional force in Punjab, a four-cornered contest, a big test for Shiromani Akali Dal in this election there from Punjab. Parneet Kaur fought on a Congress ticket, has switched sides. This time around, the political fortunes will be tested for Parneet Kaur. Former Chief Minister of Punjab, Charanjit Singh Channi, fighting elections and facing a tough battle there in Jalandhar. Amrinder Singh Raja fighting this election. Punjab Congress President fighting elections from Ludhiana. A final look at star candidates. We've got Hansraj Hans, who fought the last elections of 2019 in Delhi, this time being shifted to Faridkot, facing a tough battle. But remember, he had a record margin, one of the best margin of victories in Delhi. Can he do the same in Faridkot is what we are looking at. Manish Tiwari fighting from Chandigarh, former INB minister in the Congress government, this time moving from Punjab to Chandigarh, looking for a change in fortunes, but facing a tough battle there. Anurag Singh Thakur, Union INB minister there in the election fray, a seat that he's managed to win, a seat that the Congress last won, if I remember rightly, in 1996, but a big battle on the cards there for Anurag Singh Thakur there, fighting from Hamirpur. Kangana Ranaut needs no introduction. It's a battle versus the king versus the queen, but we'll have to wait and watch as the numbers unfold on the 4th of June on how this particular battle in Mandi plays out. A quick touch base with our correspondents on ground zero. They help us get the feel of how this elections in the north is played out. We've got Amritpal Singh joining us. We've got Akshay Dongre joining us, and also Deepika Mato joining us from Uttar Pradesh, and all three correspondents. Let me first quickly come to you, Deepika. Looking at the battle in Uttar Pradesh, especially big seats, just 9, important seats in Uttar Pradesh. How do you see the battle in Uttar Pradesh play out? And the high voltage, the high pitch campaign that's been run across all the seats in Uttar Pradesh.
Good evening, Anil. This is a very hotly contested seat when we talk about all the seats across all the phases. There were around 80 seats across 7 phases, and now 13 seats are left. And this, interestingly, is a very important battle when we talk about Prime Minister Narendra Modi, because he is eyeing his third term from this particular constituency. He won earlier in 2014, then he won in 2019. In 2024, he is again trying his luck. In one of the rallies today, again, Prime Minister Narendra Modi appealed to all the voters to go out in large numbers and create a new record over here, because he once again want to win this seat with a very good margin. We've seen the past records also, the margin has been really, really phenomenal, but this time, let's see what happens, because against him is Congress's Ajay Rai. Now, Ajay Rai has been a former member of BJP, former Karyakarta, former worker of RSS, and now he has shifted gears to Congress, and since 2019, he's been trying his luck from this particular seat in Varanasi. And this time around, he's trying hard to get to the voters, to get to the nerve of the voters. He's trying to reach out to the rural areas and trying to woo the voters all around. So now we will have the final results on the 4th of June, and the voter turnout on the 1st of June will also give us a sense of which exactly the air is rooting forward. Is it towards BJP or is it towards Congress?
Okay, let's shift focus to the hilly state of Himachal. Before that, let me quickly get Punjab on board. Amritpal Singh joining us. Amrit, looking at the four-cornered contest that you're seeing in Punjab, give us a sense of what's on the ground. How does, two partners in Delhi, but seems to be fighting each other when it comes to Punjab. How does, how do the people in Punjab look at this grand alliance in Delhi, but, fighting it out in Punjab and the elections that's unfolding there?
That's right, Anil, that it is the alliance partners at the center or at the national level, the part of the Indie bloc, the Congress and the AAP are contesting against each other. So really in Punjab, it is alliance partners and former alliance partners. Remember, the Shiromani Akali Dal and the BJP were alliance partners till 2020. So the last general election, they fought jointly. So it is a contest really all between alliance partners and former alliance partners. All of them have fielded candidates on all 4 seats, that may on all 13 seats, and that makes the contest 4-cornered. On some seats, it's 5-cornered as well. There is the Sangrur MP Simranjit Maan, he has a party called the Shromani Akali Dal Amritsar. He's fielded candidates on all the 13 seats, and on Khadur Sahib, he's supporting Amritpal Singh, the radical pro-Khalistan protagonist who's lodged in Assam's Dibrugarh jail under the National Security Act. Now, these people do have considerable, support base, or a certain support base, which may or may not translate to seats. But when you make the constituency overcrowded, when you have a 5-cornered contest in some constituencies, they can surely, it can spring a surprise. For example, if we talk about Bathinda, where Akalis have fielded Harsimrat Kaur Badal, now they consider that is the bastion of the Badals, but the Simranjit Maan's candidates, Lakha Sidhana, is vying for the same Panthik vote, which is the vote of the traditional vote of the Akali Dal. So he's harming Harsimrat Kaur Badal. So, these things could upset the apple cart for the conventional parties. But because it's a 4-cornered contest, that makes this election very, very unpredictable and intriguing. People's sentiment is that they are really focused on the candidate. When I talk to people on the ground, they say, parties don't matter to them, because the last time around, the Aam Aadmi Party in the assembly election had won on the promise of change. They say 2.5 years of their governance has not really brought about the sort of change they had promised and the people were expecting. So it is really, they're looking at the candidates in their constituencies, and this election really is intriguing and an interesting battle this time around.
Okay,
Anil?
Okay, let me also get Akshay on board. Akshay, 2 sides of the coin I'm going to put across to you. Looking at 2019 numbers for Himachal, 69% of the vote with the BJP, 27% with the Congress, and post that you've got the elections, the assembly elections that took place, and the government being formed there. Does that make Himachal, a tight contest for the 4 seats there? 2 seats going either ways and a tight contest on the cards in Himachal.
Well, we can always expect a surprise from the state of Himachal, Anil, because like you rightly mentioned that in 2019 it was the BJP which swept the entire state, winning all the 4 constituencies. However, when a by-election happened, because the member of parliament Ram Swarup Sharma from Mandi constituency, he passed away in 2021, and Pratibha Singh, the mother of Vikramaditya Singh, who is the candidate right now from the royal family of Himachal, she in fact won that by-election. She is the member of parliament now. So her son is contesting from Mandi constituency at this time against Kangana Ranaut, the Bollywood star. However, if you look at the 2019 elections to the recent Himachal Pradesh Legislative Assembly elections, it sprung an entire different result. In fact, it gave a majority to the Indian National Congress in the Legislative Assembly, while giving a 60% vote share to the BJP in the national elections. So that is what is at stake here. In fact, both, in a very long time, both the 4 parliamentary constituencies, and the future of the state government is at stake when the elections take place on 1st of June. Because it's not just the 4 assembly constituencies that are going to polls. There are by-elections happening on 6 seats here in the state of Himachal Pradesh.
True.
And if all the 6 seats are somehow won by the BJP, then the government, the Sukhu government here, that is run, that is headed by Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu, Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh, that will be in danger, because right now it is sitting at a 50% seats as far as the assembly is concerned, with 34 MLAs out of 68 seat legislative assembly, after a defection took place of 6 MLAs who are now contesting on the BJP's ticket who had voted for the BJP in the Rajya Sabha election. So it's quite surprising the way people of Himachal are voting. But one thing has become very clear, that people of Himachal are not voting on for the party, but they are rather voting for candidate. They're voting for issues, and they're voting for their state as far as legislative legislative elections are concerned, and for the country and the national issues for the national election. Back to you.
Well, that's interesting. The assembly 6 seats could play a crucial role, as Akshay put it, because that would change the number game, and that's significant. At this point of time, the Congress is at 34, and if the opposition or the BJP manages to win those 6 seats, it makes the numbers pretty interesting, 31 to 34, and that's something worth looking out for along with the Lok Sabha elections. We'll leave it there. Appreciate all three of you joining us, Deepika, Akshay and Amritpal, for joining us from Uttar Pradesh, Himachal and Punjab. Well, time now to get the guests on board. Praful Ketkar, senior political journalist, Aditi Tandon's associate editor from the Tribune, joining us this evening to help us understand the northern region, especially the northern states, as they go to polls in this final phase of elections. Let me first come to you, Aditi. Punjab in particular, BJP decides to go solo after almost 26 years. Is that a big gamble to take? And does that make this election in Punjab a four-cornered contest? And, it's anybody, it could be, no one could guess the numbers which way the voters in Punjab will go.
Yeah, absolutely. Since 1997 up to 2020, Akali Dal and BJP were in a very strong alliance. In fact, in 1997, when they contested the first state assembly election together, they won the highest ever seat any party or any alliance has won in the history of Punjab. They bagged 93 seats out of 117, as against 92, which Aam Aadmi Party had bagged in 2022 state elections. A formidable alliance, but as we all know, that it fell apart because Akali Dal was asking for 6 seats and the BJP was just not willing to do that. And the larger cadre of the BJP was of the opinion that the BJP had sacrificed a lot of its organizational base in Punjab by being a junior ally to the Shiromani Akali Dal for so many years. So you can imagine 97 to 2020. And the BJP never even got its own deputy CM in Punjab. So one of the factors was that the BJP said, let's play this gamble. What will happen at the most? We anyway have 2 seats. We may retain those 2 seats and may go further if we take this risk, because as is said in economics, profit is the reward for risk bearing. So BJP was governed by that economic principle. So they went ahead and severed ties, and now they are contesting alone. As you said, multi-cornered contest, an extremely cracker of an election. Nobody is in a position to gauge what is the public mood. And I think, as your correspondents rightly pointed out, much of it will depend on how the Malwa voter, because as your colleague was pointed out, 8 seats there. And if you break it down into assembly terms, 69 seats out of 117. And Aam Aadmi Party had bagged 66 in the last election. So 8 seats currently out of 8 seats in Malwa, 5 are held by the Congress. So Congress has an upper edge if you look at the outgoing 17th Lok Sabha. Plus, I would say in Punjab, a major factor this time will be the sentiment of farmers. We have seen that farmers continue to sit on the Shambhu border of Punjab and Haryana. They continue to agitate despite several concerns of theirs being allayed by the national government that, we are going to strengthen the MSP regime. But that is a sentiment. Plus, entry of several new forces, as Amritpal was pointing out also. So you have Amritpal Singh contesting from Faridkot, you have Lakha Sidhana contesting from, these are basically Panthik leaders. And they will vie for the Panthik vote, which is going to eat into the Akali Dal base, and I am sure also into the Aam Aadmi Party base.
Okay.
Because you see, the first time Arvind Kejriwal emerged in Punjab, winning 4 seats, Lok Sabha seats in 2014, everybody was left flabbergasted. What just happened? What had happened in the days previous to that election was Arvind Kejriwal had espoused the Panthik cause.
True.
He had espoused the cause of Bandi Sikhs. These are the people who are facing criminal charges since the times of terrorism, and they continue to be in jail. In fact, one of the sticking points between BJP and Akali Dal was in terms of alliance breakup. Akali Dal wanted the BJP to release some of these Bandi Sikhs who continue to be incarcerated, and the BJP did not want to take that position because after all it's a security issue.
Okay, so let's also shift focus now to the state of Himachal. Praful, how do you look at this battle that's shaping up in Himachal? 4 seats, but it's again a too tight to call kind of a situation. looking at the present administration there, the Congress, does that make the 4 seats in Himachal pretty interesting?
Oh, Himachal, Anil, traditionally we have seen that, when it comes to the assembly elections, Himachal has voted alternatively. But when it comes to the Lok Sabha election, it has stood by BJP to a large extent, at least post, 2014. So it will be really interesting. I think, Himachal is one state where BJP stands to gain the position when Congress is in power at the state level. So the promises that Congress had made may be related to the old pension scheme or other monthly kind of monetary benefits for every household. Congress has visibly failed in delivering them. So those are the talking points. Besides that, Himachal is one state where the typical issues of the hilly region that always dominate. Here, I think the way Kangra seat obviously is going to be much of a watch seats. Politically, it is a very very interesting battle. But I think as of now, what I see, it's a very tight contest. In one state where Congress could give a fight, but it is still ambiguous.
Okay. Aditi, also looking at Uttar Pradesh, the seats in Uttar Pradesh that could throw interesting battles for us. We all talk about Varanasi, but the other seats in this particular phase in the election fray, seats that could surprise us all with the way this election or this season has passed. The 7 phases that you see in Uttar Pradesh. Do you see anything interesting to note? Anything that we should take care of?
Yeah, I think the biggest important takeaway from this phase is that this is perhaps one of the weakest phases for the BJP in the outgoing Lok Sabha. As you were also collating the data that they only won, around 18 seats, even as in alliance and even otherwise. And apart from the fact that Prime Minister Modi is representing Varanasi, is seeking to represent Varanasi for a 3rd straight time, we have very important alliance partners in the fray. For example, we have, Anupriya Patel contesting from Mirzapur also. That's a very important seat for the BJP. And you also mentioned the slain gangster's brother contesting from Ghazipur, So these are very interesting seats, and see, these are the areas, largely eastern Uttar Pradesh belt, where the Samajwadi Party and Congress have really put in a lot of aggression this time. We have seen multiple collaborative efforts by Rahul Gandhi and Akhilesh Yadav in order to counter the Prime Minister Modi, Amit Shah, JP Nadda and Rajnath Singh combined. And so there has been a lot of carpet bombing by both the segments into the eastern Uttar Pradesh belt. In fact, we saw also Priyanka Gandhi going to Varanasi, she was praying at Kashi Vishwanath Dham. So you see, both the sides are putting in their maximum effort because both are aware. Congress SP want to take away a lot of seats because this is the weakest segment for the BJP. Leave aside Varanasi. So Uttar Pradesh will be keenly watched, and a lot of observers are saying that it's a tightly placed race right now in these seats. Okay,
Praful, your thoughts especially on this particular phase, the final phase of elections in Uttar Pradesh. Anything, other than Varanasi, any trend that could set the mood?
No, I think this entire area, Gorakhpur, Devariya, and this entire belt, that basically is going to be a real challenge for Congress. If Congress has to make some gains, or rather India Alliance has to make some gains, this is the area where they can really vouch for, besides the family bastions.
Okay.
So that is why what Aditi was trying to explain, that they tried their best to put their combined efforts together. How far it would be consolidated in terms of votes, we'll have to see. But if they have to gain something, these are the seats Congress and Samajwadi Party will look for.
Aditya, a quick word on Chandigarh. You know, Chandigarh was a seat from where Kiran Kher won close to 4,77,000 votes. This time around, the Congress has fielded Manish Tiwari, bringing him from Punjab to Chandigarh. You know, I was looking at reports, they say it's a parachute candidate that you've dropped it. But how do you see the battle that Sanjay Tandon versus Manish Tiwari play out in Chandigarh?
Manish is not a parachute candidate to Chandigarh simply because his father was assassinated by the terrorists in that city. His mother was the dean in PGI Chandigarh, the Postgraduate Institute of Medical Research. So he is not an outsider to Chandigarh. He has in fact always wanted to contest from there. So it is a dream come true for him that he's been nominated by the Congress. But what I would say is that Sanjay Tandon is somebody who has been on the ground from the beginning. He is the longest serving BJP president in Chandigarh. He is somebody under whom the party won election after election. In fact, he was himself in contention for the ticket, but he supported Kiran Kher on 2 occasions and supported, so that's the reason he's been rewarded with a ticket. He is the son of Bharatiya Janasangh founder, Balramji Das Tandon, who also went on to become the governor of Chhattisgarh. He is no more now. So, Sanjay Tandon comes with also a very heavy legacy in Chandigarh, and he is somebody who's just son of the soil, always there for people. Manish Tiwari, national spokesperson of the party, former Union Information and Broadcasting Minister, both big names. But standing today, I would still feel that Sanjay Tandon, with all the organizational base that he has created for the party, might have an edge.
Okay, might have an edge. You know, we are running out of time. You know, this discussion on the northern part of India, especially seats in Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, Chandigarh can go on. But I appreciate both of you joining us this evening. Aditi Tandon, Praful Ketkal, a pleasure having you here. I think we are all gearing up for that big day, the 4th of June. Till then, thank you. Appreciate both of you joining us this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, the Great Indian Election is your one-stop show on weekdays on all that matters in India's general election ahead of the last phase of voting, our theme of discussion on Friday night. The 7th phase of India's parliamentary elections on June 1st sees 57 constituencies across 8 states and union territory go to polls. We analyze the states from the east and the 26 seats from the region. Bihar and West Bengal get ready for a too close to call contest, while Jharkhand and Odisha look at national versus local issues dominating the headlines. Watch the analysis from the states in the east on the Great Indian Election at 8:30 p.m. IST, only on DD India. Well, with that, it's a wrap of this edition of the Great Indian Election. You can connect with us on Facebook, X and Instagram. Good night, stay safe, take care.